Good morning, girls. Today we have a new lesson, which is chapter 4, lesson 6, triangle congruence by ASA, AAS, and HL. Let's go over what we've been doing last week. We studied two cases of triangle congruence, which is side, side, side. For example, if you have these two sides are equal, and these two are equal, and these two are equal. So we said that the two triangles are congruent by side, side, side. And the other case was side, angle, side. If you have these two sides equal, and these two are equal, and the two angles in between of the sides, included in the sides, the two angles are congruent. So the two triangles, we say they are congruent by side, angle, side. Now today we will be taking example 2. We're skipping example 1. Example 2 is congruence by angle, side, angle. Now it's obvious from the name, it's about two angles and one side. For example, if you have this shape and you need to prove this triangle is congruent to this triangle. First, you have XV, a common side. So I have XV equal XV, so it's a common side. So I have one side. And you have here 90 degrees at this V. And the other, definitely it's 90. Because, you know, if this is 180, so if this is 90, this is 90. So angle XVW is congruent to angle XVU because they both are 90 degrees. Because 90 plus 90 will make 180. Now, and it's given that this angle X is equal to this or congruent to this angle X. So angle VXW is congruent to angle VXU, and this is given. So I have here one side and two angles. So we say that the two triangles, the triangle XVU is congruent to triangle XVW by angle, side, angle. Because I have two angles, this angle and this angle, they have one side. Now you should note that the side should be included between the two angles, which I mean, if you have here, let me take another color. Here you have this angle. And you have this angle. So which side is adjacent to these angles or next to these angles? It's this side, the one here. Okay? So you take the angle and the side next to it and this angle. You cannot take this side, for example. Okay? The side should be the one adjacent to the two angles. For example, if I was talking about this angle and this angle, so I should take the side XW. Okay? Now, check it out. 2 says, are these two triangles, are they congruent by angle, side, angle? So I need to prove that this one and this one, I need to check if they are congruent. They might not be. So first, I have NL common side. Okay. So NL equal, NL is a common side. Now, if you remember, this sign means that the two lines are parallel. So I have this side, KL, is parallel to this. And since we have parallel lines, it reminds me with alternate interior angle, corresponding angles, alternate exterior angles, and so on. So since these are parallel, so if you look at these two angles here, L and N, they are alternate interior angles and they are equal. So since I have these two lines parallel, so the alternate interior angles are equal. So angle KLN is congruent to angle LNM because alternate interior angles, they are equal. So now I have one angle, sorry, I have an angle and a side. And then I need the other angle to prove it congruent by angle, side, angle. So you need two angles. So I have one, I need the other one adjacent to the line, this one. Is this angle N congruent to this, or is it congruent to it? Do we have any given that will help me to prove these two angles congruent? No. There are no other parallel lines, nothing is given. So I only have one angle and one side. So these two triangles cannot be proved congruent by angle, side, angle.